So we had very few disagreements at the Mastrangelo house. We had one 2 weeks ago when the boss wanted Mexican and I wanted Korean barbecue. So I got a little creative and we made some Korean barbecue Mexican fusion tacos. And it was such a big hit on Instagram and Facebook, and we had so many requests for the recipe that we decided to make an episode and share it. When I use the term boss, I use that loosely for my wife because everybody knows that I wear the pants in my family, but she just tells me which pants to wear. So we're gonna use Carne Asada for our fusion tacos. Now, if we were doing a traditional Korean barbecue, we would use probably a short rib, but because we're doing fusion tacos, we gotta bring both cultures in and have the meat in the middle. So we're gonna use the Carne Asada, but we're gonna flavor with some of our Korean flavors. We're gonna use a half a cup of soy sauce, okay? Quarter cup of teriyaki, quarter cup of mirin, which is rice wine vinegar, Japanese. So got a little bit of every Asian flavor, 2 tablespoons of crushed garlic, and we're gonna use a nice, lovely, heart-shaped tablespoon of sugar. Last thing we're gonna throw in there is a little grated ginger. Get yourself a microplane, make sure you peel it. And we're gonna let this sit in the fridge for about an hour and just soak up all the flavor before we slap it on the grill. So welcome back to Charlie's Daddy's Kitchen, AKA CDK. It's time to make our special Korean sauce. I call it Korean vinaigrette. So I got some Korean paste here, which I'm gonna go right into the NutriBullet with. All right. It's about a quarter of a cup of Korean paste. It's a really thick, spicy paste. Then we get some bibimbap sauce. That's just fun to say, bibimbap, right? It's a spicy Korean sauce. It goes in a traditional dish that you can get, but I like to buy it just by itself. About 2 tablespoons of sriracha. I like it spicy. I like it spicy. All right. A little bit of hoisin sauce. Really gonna round out that flavor. Give it a nice color too. About a tablespoon of miso. About a quarter cup of mirin, so rice wine vinegar. And about a quarter cup, maybe a little bit more, of vegetable oil. Throw in a little bit of chopped scallions. Close our sucker up and make our little vinaigrette. So we just spent a little time in Koreatown, bibimbap down the street. Now it's time to make our Mexican side of the dish, or at least one Mexican ingredient, our little house-made guacamole. My wife usually makes this, being she is Mexican. We do have a fusion family. One of the reasons I married her was she's Arabic, Irish, and Mexican, which I thought would entitle me to thrice the amount of jokes. But in 2015, you can't make jokes like that unless you want to make a public apology on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I have to hire a publicist. So I'm going to keep the jokes to myself, and I'll make them when no one's around. So we're slicing our radishes super thin because we're going to pickle these in a quick pickle of sugar, vinegar, and a little bit of salt. Take a quarter cup of white vinegar. A couple little pinches of salt. And equal parts sugar to the vinegar, so it's probably about 2.5 tablespoons. Get it in the fridge for about 25, 35, 45 minutes tops, because if you let it go too long, it'll start to lose its color and become super pink. We still want to have that little bit of white with a little red around. It really makes the color pop of the dish, and the acidity is perfect. So I got my meat out of the fridge. Well, not my meat. I got the meat. If my meat was in the fridge, and that'd just be weird. Carne asada is out. And we're going to a super, super, super hot pan for a really hard sear. All right. Oh, that smells delicious. So we got our meat out of the pan onto the cutting board, and it's very important, like anything else, it has to rest. Like a little old lady back from the store, it's got to get its rest. Our friend Mark likes to eat the chicken while it's still running around. You got to let the meat rest, get all the juices back. It's really nice and warm. It's still cooking a little bit too. So we're going to tent it, let it rest, and then we'll come back and get to that and start putting together our tacos, all right? Okay, so the carne asada has been resting, and now it's time to cut it up. We're gonna dice it, and let's just see. Perfect, look at that. Beautiful medium rare, huh? Fantastico, that's what you wanna see, okay? So I'm gonna get that nice long cuts, and then we're gonna dice it. And then we'll get it in a bowl and just prep for a beautiful build. So we're gonna grill up our corn tortillas to get a nice crisp on both sides. Flat top's perfect for that. I got some simple black beans going, just a nice little side for this dish. And instead of cojita cheese, which is a Mexican cheese, I'm bringing in the Greek now too. We got a little feta cheese. Kind of works the same, very salty, perfect. Top that with a little cilantro, it's gonna be a perfect side. So just throw a couple, and it's gonna be no oil, no butter, just the pan. You want it to get nice and dry and crispy so it has integrity and holds up to the meat and all the juice that's gonna be in these tacos. So we have everything laid out. Now it's time to build a beautiful plate, because you eat with your eyes, and I get a lot of compliments on the photos I post. but it's really about building them and having everything ready to do that so you can make them look nice, because the presentation is important. You want to eat with your eyes, like I said. Just gonna go with like a little spoonful of steak on each one of these guys, and let's not be shy. Gonna have to feed the crew, and I know they're hungry. Onions and cilantro that I chopped in already. Just a little sprinkle. We're gonna top our tacos with a pineapple relish, and that's another thing that's a Mexican and Korean combination that just hits you. I took some diced pineapple, some diced jalapeno, a little miso paste, vinegar, and sugar. It's gonna be an awesome complement to this spicy dish. It's gonna cool down a little bit. So, all right, so we're gonna dress our tacos now with our famous Vinny's Korean vinaigrette before we put our radishes on. That's why the squeeze bottle is awesome. Looks really pretty. So you got all these beautiful colors, you know, the brown steak, beautiful yellow pop from the pineapple, these little beautiful radishes that have a little red ring around them. Nice pop of color, and we're gonna finish these up with a little cilantro and some black sesame seed. Just a nice little sprig of cilantro on each one of these guys. Get it on there. Okay, so we're just about done. We're just gonna finish up with our black beans. Just to finish it up to round the plate, little side, and a little crumbled feta. So we really made the fusion, a little Mexican, Korean, and Greek in this little mix. So we had a beautiful day here in Charlie's Daddy's Kitchen. We brought a bunch of cultures together, Korean, Mexican fusion tacos. I hope you guys had a blast like I did. I can't wait to get into this. And write in, let us know what you want us to make next, and I hope to see you soon.